Jayson Tatum made a triumphant return. He made a triumphant return, and he recorded a double-double in a 120-100 victory over the Dallas Mavericks after nearly 10 months away from a torn Achilles. Now, let's get into the stats really quick, because to see what Jayson Tatum did, like I said, modern medicine is it's insane, because I think Jayson Tatum has returned in less than 300 days. I think for Kevin Durant, it took him like double that, like 700 days to return back from his Achilles injury. And we obviously know that the Achilles tear is what derailed Kobe's career and essentially, put him out the league. But it's great to see that Jayson Tatum is back. And like I said, modern sports medicine, the fact that Jayson Tatum is back, I mean, for me, and going back to what Chris Haynes said, right? We're going to get into the stats, but going back to what Chris Haynes said, because the news broke that JT was obviously going to be playing. And Chris Haynes dropped this about 7 hours ago and says, what do you think about the Boston Celtics, bringing Jayson Tatum back? Now, for me, my response was, I think it's exciting for Celtics fans, of course. But as a JT fan, I'm a bit worried about him coming back from such a serious injury. Now, hopefully the organization is making the right decision. And obviously with Jayson Tatum, performing the way that he did, it seems like the organization's decision is trending in the right direction. Now, we all know he ruptured his Achilles back in the Eastern Conference semifinals. I think it was against the Knicks. And, that was very gruesome. But fast forward back to now, and, he returned. Now, I believe there was a couple of clips. So I don't see one of Jayson Tatum, but they have one of Jaylen Brown.
Man of the night, Jayson Tatum, your teammate. How do you think he's fared thus far?
I think he's looking good. Just taking it one day at a time. It's great to have him back out here. He's been down for a long time. The Celtics fans brought great energy tonight. Let's try to convert it to a win.
All right, now how do you guys close it out then? Jaylen, let's...
Obviously, they closed it out. And Jayson Tatum had a double-double. Now, let's get into the stats. Where is it? So, Jaylen Brown had a very efficient game. 24 points, 9 for 17, 2 for 5 from 3-point line, 4 for 6 from free throw. He was plus 20. Now, Jayson Tatum had 15 points. He shot very inefficiently. Now, for me, right, personally, I wasn't, because Jayson Tatum is a shot maker. Like, he's an elite player in this league. Multiple All NBAs. Olympic medals. Won a championship. Jayson Tatum at this point in his career has sort of kind of done it all, right? Except obviously win multiple championships. That's like the next step for him. But when coming back from an injury like Jayson Tatum came back from, an Achilles tear, I'm not more so looking at him making shots. I'm more focused on how he's maneuvering, right? Him moving laterally, making cuts. And like I said, the great thing about Jayson Tatum is that that I think is very underrated about Jayson Tatum is he doesn't have to score to be efficient or score to be to have an impact on the team. Now, obviously, this is his first game back in almost 300 days. There's going to be some sort of nerves as he's playing in the game, and he missed shots. I think he was 0 for 6 in the first 2 quarters, and he didn't score until I think it was late in the third, I believe. I think it was a putback dunk. Then after that, when you hit a dunk, you know what I'm saying, you sort of kind of get in rhythm, and you hit a step back 3 after that. So overall, seeing the way Jayson Tatum moved on the court, as a Celtics fan, you have to be, because to be honest, man, I was nervous. I'm not even a Celtics fan. I'm a Jayson Tatum fan. I hate the Celtics. I'm a Miami Heat fan, but I love basketball. Jayson Tatum is obviously one of the top players in the league, and we have to pay respect where respect is due. So I was a bit sort of kind of scared, hoping nothing happened, but he looked good. He looked pretty good, and obviously winning against the Mavericks isn't that big of a flex. You see the record. They're 21-42. I mean, their season speaks for itself. They're not doing anything this season. But I think this is a good starting point for Jayson Tatum, who I believe I think there's about 18 or 19 games left in the season. So he'll have about 18 or 19 games to get back in rhythm for the playoffs. Now, with Jayson Tatum's return, in my opinion, I believe the Boston Celtics are the favorites in the East. Not to win it all. I'm not crazy, but the favorites in the East. Now, respect to Detroit. I believe JB Bickerstaff is going to be coach of the year. But we saw what the Spurs did to the Pistons, I think a couple nights ago. If you lock up Cade Cunningham, ain't shit the Pistons can really do. They need, in my opinion, another shot maker. Right now, respect to Detroit. Cade Cunningham, he's definitely having an MVP caliber season. He is the engine behind Detroit. But prior to Jayson Tatum's return, even though Jaylen Brown has ascended and kept this team afloat, they're number 2 in the East. The Pistons were the talk of the town, and I was of the mindset that they can definitely make it to the finals. But with Jayson Tatum's return, seeing how he played, and obviously it remains to be seen if he's the Jayson Tatum we're accustomed to seeing, right? He has about 18 games to get back in shape, and we'll see what happens. But as far as what I'm seeing right now, with Jayson Tatum's return, there is no doubt in my mind that the Boston Celtics are the favorites to come out of the East this season.